It's been a while since I've done this. Ah, I guess this is a bit of therapy for me, but what does it feel like to be told that you've got 8 months left to live? And why is there a smile on my face? Well, to be honest, I was told this back in 2019. So it's almost 5 years ago to the day. In March of 2019, I was given 8 months left to live. And as you can see, I'm definitely still alive, so that's why I'm smiling. There's always a reason to be grateful for everything, for anything. But that doesn't mean it's been easy whatsoever. As you can see by just the outlook and how my body looks, it's frustrating. But I am alive, so I'm very grateful for that, and that's an amazing miracle in of itself. I mean, the doctors gave me 8 months to live, and it that was 5 years ago. So the journey's been rough, it's been hard, and it's been difficult, but I also wouldn't trade it for anything in the world because I've learned so much from it, and it has really made me a powerful and a strong person. And I know it's going to be an incredible story and an incredible testimony that I'm able to inspire so many other people because of what I've gone through. But what is that initial, like, when you get the phone call? I didn't get the phone call. My dad got the phone call. And at the time, it was a bit of a crazy time in our life. My gran just had a stroke. My two dogs passed away. And my dad had a back operation and he was almost paralyzed and was lying in bed recovering from the back operation when he got this phone call from our doctor, because obviously I'd been struggling with my health prior, and the tests had come back saying, yeah, you've got liver failure and there's not much left of your liver working, so they estimate 8 months left to live. So yeah, I believe I was in the room when my dad got the call. Um, I remember being told, and it didn't feel real. It was a really weird feeling, but it wasn't something that I accepted. I was like, whatever. It was almost like I laughed at it, and it was a laughable moment that I had 8 months left to live. Like, whatever. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to only have 8 months left to live. But at the same time, it's scary because there was an alternative. It's 8 months left to live unless you get a liver transplant. But because we had no medical aid, I couldn't be put on a list or anything. Obviously, lots of family and friends were like, if you need a liver, I'll donate part of my liver or whatever. But I believe mine was so bad that I needed, obviously, an organ donor. So not a partial liver transplant, but like the full thing. And you need medical aid in this day and age to be able to do that. And I'm actually incredibly blessed that we didn't have medical aid, because if we did have medical aid at the time, I would have been going in and being prepped for surgery straight away. So it's a weird concept that money is what determines in many ways saving a life or not. But yeah, the doctors did try everything they could to get the process rolling and that. But the fact is, you need to be on a medical aid, and then they can start the process of you getting a liver transplant. But look at me. I am alive, and I past that date without a liver transplant, and my liver is actually functioning now and is so good that it's actually able to take a knock. So my body still doesn't look great in that, but that's also because of there's a myriad of other things that happened along with that. Um, with the liver failure comes pressure on my pituitary gland, my pancreas, my gallbladder, my kidneys, my heart, my lungs. But a lot of these other organs had a lot of pressure on them and were going into organ failure. This is years down the line, so like a year or two ago, dealing with those sorts of things. My intestines, my gut, absorption, all of these things were quite a big issue, but it all stemmed from like, yeah, my liver and digestive system were kind of attacking themselves and not working to the extent that they were made to be. But yeah, I just want to encourage you because I don't know, I want you to see my life as a bit of an inspiration that no matter what's happening in your life, whether it be you have a few months left to live or not, how we choose to respond to these sucky situations really determines, in many cases, the outcome, but also how we feel in the moment. So, like, what would the point be of me going into this depression and this really sad state of like, oh, my life sucks, I'm dying, why is it happening to me? One of the biggest things was like, I never asked why. Why does it happen? Life happens. Some things just happen and it's out of your control, and you can do the best that you can do with the situation that has come upon you. So my response and my reaction was to still stay positive in that. In many ways, I was probably like positive to too positive. I don't know if that's possible, but like, you know, there's optimism and pessimism of like either glass half empty or glass half full. If the glass was half full, I would see it as full type of thing. So maybe I didn't come to terms with the fact that I was dying, but also it was something that I knew I'm never going to give up no matter what. And I'll keep on keeping on. That, yeah, it doesn't mean it was easy. I mean, it's still to this day, to now, I'm still struggling with things, and it's infuriating and aggravating because I've got a life to live and I want to live life to the fullest, not be held back by anything. And I feel bad because I've been incredibly dependent on everybody else. Like, my family has been absolutely amazing. I wouldn't have survived this without them. They have supported me. They've literally hand fed me. My dad would pick up the glass to give me water when I had no strength to be able to do anything. But now that like my liver is good, there's other issues, my gut, and that I'm struggling with that. That's why I'm so skinny. And that's what's frustrating me now. I think it's, even though I'm healthier and I'm doing better than I was in that place when I was dying, I kind of have more of a mental battle and a mental challenge. Benny, yeah, you're in the way. Come on. Okay. Sit down. I think you're in the frame. There we go. Good boy. And this guy, Benny, my Rottweiler, he was an absolute champion. He never left my side. When I was sick, it was like sick in bed, sleeping 20 hours a day. It was almost like he was sick too, but he would come in and out, check on me, and then also just lays around most of the day next to me. And it was like he was depressed that I was not doing well. So I think I'm mumbling on quite a bit. The point of this video was to show you that even if you get sucky news, you can turn that around with how you respond, and that's really the case. Doesn't mean it's easy though. And yeah, like today I weighed myself for the first time, and you get that kind of like, depression, aggravation, frustration feeling. um, particularly because I've lost weight and I'm working really hard to gain weight. Like almost a month ago, I felt really good. I started running again for the first time, which is amazing. Literally just 100 meters, so not much at all. I could do 3 push-ups. When I started, I could do 3 squats, and then it took a few months. I got up to 20 squats, but now the last 3 weeks I've not been able to do squat. I've not been able to do any of that, and I feel like I've gone backwards a bit, and that's frustrating and aggravating because I'm like, there's so much. I'm so excited about life. There's so many things I want to do, so many people I want to inspire, so many animals I want to protect, so many animals I want to get into people's hearts and lives. And yeah, there are weird things, but I've got to also learn to not be as hard on myself as I am. Don't be hard on yourself. Be grateful and very happy about what your body's gone through and what your body has overcome. So I got to learn to be like, hey body, well done. You've survived. You've come this far. That's absolutely amazing. Not get irritated and aggravated with myself. Like, you can see I'm skinny and that gets to me. It's irritating, especially when everybody mentions it. And that's annoying, to say the least, especially when I'm really working diligently and hard at this thing. But people also don't know, and they never know what you're going through, so you got to take it with a grain of salt. Like, don't let that get to you when people are always commenting about your weight, whether that be because you are overweight or way underweight and malnourished like myself. And then there's other things that happen, like you look at your body and you're like, "Ugh, I don't look nice. I look skinny. I look like a person who's been in a concentration camp and doesn't have access to any food. I've got scars all over here from toxicity in my blood and that attacking my dermis or your skin layers, and yeah, it's just weird. But life is good, and I'm going to continue to go forward, and I'm going to continue to just continue to get better. And that's what's going to happen. 100%. I recently lost a friend, Brian Barczyk. Many people may know him because he had a prominent social media following, but that hurt me because I really believed he would have a testimony like myself of being able to get through and push past your death day. But yeah, hope you guys are a little bit inspired, and that's a little bit about my story. And I think I want to continue to do this on a regular basis, talking about my health, what I've been through, and some of the things that my eyes have been opened up to in regards to everything: anxiety, depression, health, healing, success, all of it. Thanks for watching. If you stuck around to the end, I think that's an important thing, because you got to hear a little bit more than most people about what actually happened instead of just jumping to conclusions. Yeah, life is good. Hey boy, life is good, Benny.